Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Sam Mather has completed a move to a Turkish outfit, and Michael Carrick weighs in on the prospect of offloading players. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Sam Mather makes permanent switch to Kayserispor. Manchester United have bid farewell to Sam Mather, with the young forward completing a permanent move to Turkish outfit Kayserispor. The Anatolian side finally got their man after a move famously fell through at the 11th hour during the summer window. Despite late interest from the New England Revolution in the States, as well as lucrative offers from the Middle East, the former FA Youth Cup winner opted for a fresh start in Super League. Reflecting on his departure, the 21-year-old took to social media to mark the end of a 14-year association with his boyhood club. He expressed deep gratitude toward the staff and teammates who shaped his development since childhood, noting that he would always cherish his time in Manchester. While acknowledging the emotional weight of leaving, the Salford-born attacker made it clear that he felt the time was right to move on and expressed a keen hunger to get stuck into this new chapter of his career. It had become increasingly evident that Mather had outgrown the Premier League 2 circuit. Having featured only 6 times for the under-21 this term, contributing 2 assists, he found himself in a difficult position. Despite being called up to senior training sessions earlier this season, the path to the first team appeared blocked under Ruben Amorim's new regime. Michael Carrick's stance on winter clear-outs at Old Trafford. Manchester United have officially entered a new chapter following the sacking of Ruben Amorim just last week amid a reported falling out with sporting director Jason Wilcox. Amid the ensuing uncertainty, the club briefly appointed Darren Fletcher as interim manager. However, attention has now shifted entirely towards Michael Carrick, who is being lined up to take charge of the Red Devils until the end of the season, with a permanent new manager expected to arrive in the summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, the agreement between Carrick and Manchester United is now at an advanced stage, with the contract expected to be signed within the coming days. The report also suggests that several senior players in the United squad have thrown their full weight behind the move and would far rather work under Carrick than see the return of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Assuming the paperwork goes through smoothly, Carrick will immediately face a huge test in his first match in charge, the red-hot Manchester derby against Manchester City. In order to strengthen his backroom staff, Carrick is planning to bring Jonathan Woodgate with him from Middlesbrough to join him at Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Darren Fletcher is very likely to be retained within the coaching setup to assist with the transition period. Carrick has now overtaken Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the leading candidate for the interim role, and an official announcement confirming the return of the United legend to Old Trafford is expected imminently. To support him in what promises to be a challenging task, the United hierarchy are reportedly prepared to provide significant financial backing so that Carrick can bring in key signings during the January transfer window to bolster the squad. The decision to turn to Carrick is widely viewed as a sensible one to avoid reopening old wounds. He is seen as a fresher face who carries none of the emotional baggage or lingering scars from the traumatic and ultimately unsuccessful end to the previous Solskjaer era. His experience leading Middlesbrough is considered solid enough to bring some much-needed stability to Manchester United at this difficult time. Carrick's arrival at Old Trafford brings with it huge expectation from the board to quickly address the squad's composition in order to salvage what remains of the season. The club's immediate priority is to balance the books while simultaneously creating room for new signings who better fit the playing philosophy Carrick wishes to implement. The United hierarchy are said to have already identified several names deemed to be underperforming or no longer contributing sufficiently, though the final say on who stays and who goes will rest with Carrick as the principal decision-maker. When questioned in a recent interview about the club's transfer policy in the winter window, Carrick gave a characteristically measured response regarding the possibility of offloading players. He stressed that he first needs to assess how the squad performs over the opening few matches under his watch. In his view, sanctioning mid-season sales is a complex matter that requires careful thought and close consultation with the coaching staff to avoid the risk of losing key pillars without having adequate replacements lined up. Carrick's history with United is, of course, nothing new to the Manchester public. He previously served as assistant coach under both Jose Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer between 2018 and 2021. Indeed, when Solskjaer was relieved of his duties, Carrick stepped in as caretaker for 3 matches and produced a highly creditable record, 2 wins and 1 draw, remaining unbeaten. His managerial career then continued at Middlesbrough, where he recorded 63 wins, 24 draws and 49 defeats. In the early part of his tenure he produced exceptional results, lifting Borough from 21st in the Championship to 3rd place and securing a playoff spot in the 2022-2023 season. That strong start raised genuine expectations among the Riverside faithful. Unfortunately for Carrick, fortune deserted him in the following campaigns. In 2023-2024 and 2024-2025, the team suffered a marked decline in form and struggled to break back into the top 6, eventually finishing 8th and 10th respectively. The inability to sustain a serious promotion challenge ultimately led to growing dissatisfaction from the Middlesbrough board, culminating in his dismissal last summer. United joined the pursuit for defensive reinforcements to succeed Harry Maguire. Manchester United are reportedly scouring the market for defensive reinforcements to bolster their ranks either during the current window or in the summer, despite the ongoing air of managerial uncertainty at Old Trafford. The Red Devils have endured a difficult campaign at the back, shipping 32 goals in just 21 top-flight fixtures, the poorest record of any side currently sitting in the top half of the table. Despite these recurring frailties in the rearguard, the Manchester Giants remain within touching distance of the Champions League spots, sitting 7th and trailing 4th-placed Liverpool by a mere 3 points. Although the club are yet to appoint a permanent successor following Ruben Amorim's departure, the recruitment hierarchy is said to be pressing ahead with long-term scouting missions to address key areas of the squad. As a result, one of Serie A's most talked-about breakout talents has emerged as a primary target for the United board. Scouting delegations have been dispatched on several occasions to run the rule over Sassuolo's highly rated centre-back, Tarek Muharamovic. The 22-year-old Bosnian international has enjoyed a meteoric rise in Italy this term, establishing himself as a model of consistency across 17 league appearances. However, the Red Devils are not alone in their admiration for the youngster. Both Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United are understood to be keeping a close eye on the situation as they look to future-proof their own defensive lines. The race for his signature is heating up, with Premier League rivals weighing up whether to formalise their interest in the coming months. Any potential deal for the left-footed defender is somewhat hamstrung by a significant 50% sell-on clause held by Juventus. The Turin Giants offloaded Muharamovic to Sassuolo for a modest £2.6 million in the summer of 2025 following a successful loan spell, but they stand to profit handsomely from any future move. This clause may well inflate the asking price for English shooters. The competition is already intensifying from the continent, with RB Leipzig reportedly ready to steal a march on the Premier League trio. The Bundesliga outfit have prepared an opening gambit worth £21.7 million plus performance-related add-ons to test Sassuolo's resolve during the January window. Such a move would force United and their domestic rivals to act swiftly or risk missing out entirely. The surge in interest regarding the Bosnian defender coincides with mounting speculation over Harry Maguire's future in United. With the former captain's contract set to expire this summer, it appears increasingly likely that United will seek a fresh face to provide the quality and depth required for a grueling top-flight schedule. While Sassuolo are understandably loath to part with their defensive linchpin midway through the season, a high-stakes bidding war is widely anticipated once the summer window opens ahead of the 2026-2027 campaign. Muharamovic's physical stature and poise in possession make him an ideal fit for the rigors of English football, though heavyweights Inter Milan and Juventus also thought to be lurking. For Manchester United, securing a defender of such a high ceiling would represent a shrewd bit of business in their quest to stabilize a backline that has faced relentless scrutiny of late. Whether they can navigate the financial complexities and ward off European competition remains to be seen, but the intent to overhaul the defense is now abundantly clear. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.